Jason Plato, a year out, and now welcome back. Are you straight back into the groove?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to smile first, and then I'm going to put the thing back on.
Thank goodness that's done.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's good to be back. I'm enjoying it. It was a very interesting process for me to have a year out because that's not happened for a long, long time, and also, even though you might ask yourself various questions throughout the season, and at the end of the year, in any normal year, you're still always on the hamster wheel. You're never not planning the next thing. So to have a bit of time just to reflect was great, and I honestly didn't know where it was going to end up. But I guess the nice surprise, even though it wasn't a surprise, was that I wanted to get back out in the car again, and here we are. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So there was no thought at any stage that you wouldn't get back?
Not really, no, because we basically mothballed the programme for lots of various commercial reasons. So there was always, even at the very beginning of lockdown last year, the 2021 programme was a done deal. But of course, throughout that period of time when we were sat in the garden, mostly drinking gin and tonics, where it allows you just a bit of time just to think about things. And do you know what? In all honesty, Steve, I'd never really asked myself the question, am I still enjoying it? Because you never really asked that question. And I wasn't surprised that the ultimate answer was, I love it to bits. But it was a really interesting exercise to arrive at that point. So yeah, I'm hungry and I can't wait to get going.
And I heard somewhere that during the course of last year, you didn't follow it too closely. You weren't all over the coverage and so on.
Yeah, but that's kind of not unusual for me. In that, if I'm truly honest, I don't like motorsport unless I'm in it. I never go and watch races really. I watch a little bit of F1, but probably the first 2 or 3 laps, and then I turn off. And I don't really watch the races back for any other reason but performance related. If I can find something by watching another driver, so I'm not really a race fan, if you like. And that might sound a bit odd, but I love it if I'm in it, and I hate it if I'm not. So yeah, I didn't really catch up with it much on the TV, but did keep abreast of it, on the social media. And if any one of the new guys was to chalk up a great result or a win, then I was first on the text to congratulate them. But that's all. So yeah, I'm not really a big motor racing fan. Might sound odd, eh?
It doesn't surprise me, but it's. What do you make of the progress then? From your distant view of the progress that the likes of Ash Sutton has made.
Ash is a phenomenal talent, and I think last year, I think it was at Croft, where he kind of let himself down a little bit, and something clicked in the second half of last year where he started to really think about what scraps he wanted to get involved with and what scraps he actually didn't need to get involved with. And then actually his championship started to gather almost unstoppable momentum. But he was a great champion last year, thoroughly deserved it, and could have had it wrapped up a bit earlier had he arrived at that mental state he got to at the end of the year. But he's going to be tough to beat this year. Year 2 in a car which you're fond of and you know how it works, is always going to be tough for anyone else to have a go at. But he's not the only one we've got to fight.
How good is it to get battle rejoined with Gordon?
Yeah, really great. Gordon's a class act. I work with Gordon on the board of the BRDC, on the board of directors. So we have a pretty good relationship actually. But yeah, he's going to be sharp and quick and on the button. And likewise Ingram, likewise Turkington, probably Adam Morgan in the BMW when they get that sorted out. My teammate Dan Lloyd. There's too many, Butcher. The list goes on.
And one definite target for you: 97 race wins. You going to make it to the 100?
I hope so. Yeah. But like I've said before, it's just a number. And that number only becomes relevant when I eventually retire. Because up until then, if I get 100, I want 101 and so on. But yeah, it will be a fabulous milestone to get to. It'll be expensive because I'll obviously have to put a party on.
We'll all be there. We wish you well. It's great to have you back, Jason, and it's going to be an enthralling season, an exciting season. We will make a motor racing fan out of you one day.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me sound a bit weird, but which of course I am. But I just, I don't like being at race circuits unless I'm driving cars. I don't like it, but I would imagine if I wasn't racing, then I would be a fan. Does that make sense?
Good man. Good man. Diplomatic. For the first time.
I'll see you later.
Cheers, Jason.